If your legs feel tired, heavy, or overstimulated, this practice is for you. Hello, my name is Kat, and today we are combining gentle myofascial release with Yin Yoga to support circulation, ease tension, and help your nervous system settle. We'll move slowly, working along the back body of the legs with pauses in between to help your system actually register the release in the deep fascia tissues. So you're going to need a ball. If you don't have something like the ones that I'm holding up, a tennis ball will work just as well as a bolster or a pillow or cushion nearby if you'd like some extra support. But if you don't have those on hand, that is completely fine as well. We have options. So take a moment now to grab whatever you need and let's get into it. Bring the ball underneath one foot and place it just above the arch. Let the sole of the foot rest down over the ball. And before we begin any movement, take a few deep breaths here. As you inhale, feel the breath rising up along the spine. As you exhale, open the mouth and sigh it all out. Taking a few more deep breaths at your own pace. And begin a roll slowly now with the ball, moving from the heel towards the ball of the foot. You also have the option to stay still and breathing deeply into the spot where sensation gathers before you keep the ball moving. The area that we are working on is the plantar fascia. And before we were stimulating the acupressure point of kidney 1, a grounding point associated with safety and stability. When the body feels safe, it doesn't need to hold on to tension as tightly. And one of the places that often does hold a lot that we don't really realize is in our feet. So this Myo Fascia release is a really beautiful way to release all of that. Gently lift the foot off the ball and pause a moment, noticing the difference between sides. Bring the ball under the second foot. An option once again to roll or to put your weight into one area for a few seconds before moving it to another. You should feel a sensation locally in the sole, perhaps some pressure, maybe some tenderness or a little bit of warmth. You might even notice sensation traveling up the calf or along the back of the leg. The whole back body is connected as one line. Noticing your breath and sending that to the parts of the feet that might be feeling a little bit tender today. Now set the ball aside and pause planting all 10 toes firmly onto the mat. Notice any shift in sensation. How a simple massage on the feet might have helped your body create a little bit of space. Now make your way into child's pose. You're welcome to use a bolster for further support if you'd like here, turning your cheek to face one side. In our child's pose, we're working with the spine and the back body of the legs. In traditional Chinese medicine, the bladder channel runs along this entire pathway. When it softens, the nervous system often follows. If you use the bolster, turn your head towards the other side as we have reached the halfway mark. You have 1.5 more minutes here. With each exhale, allow the back body to widen and soften. Seeing the breath creating more space in this area. You might notice a gentle sensation through the hips, the lower back, or perhaps the back of the thighs, where you might feel very little at all. Release any expectations you might have and stay curious about what's happening in the body. Using your hands for support, push yourself into tabletop. Remove your bolster, any props, and come down onto your belly to notice any echoes of sensation. Coming back up to sit now with your legs extended, we're going to place one ball underneath the calf and let the leg rest over it. We have two options here when we're working with myofascial release on the calves. The first one being bending the opposite leg with the knee pointing to the sky, using your arms to lift your body up and to roll the ball along the calves. You might also like to perhaps place the opposite leg on top to compress the ball for a stronger sensation. but it's very important that we are moving the ball every few seconds. Choose your own adventure, see what feels good for you. Rolling slowly, pausing where the tissue feels dense, and remembering that you should feel sensation, maybe some pressure or warmth, but never any sharpness. So if anything feels painful, move it to the next spot or ease off the pressure. Take the leg off the ball and take a moment to pause, noticing the difference between the sides. Bring the ball under the second calf, starting from one side, moving to the other. The calves help move blood and fluid back towards the heart. When they're tired, there's often a very heavy sensation. And when we are working with this deep fascia, it's not always comfortable because we are releasing tension from the body that we don't even know that we're holding on to. But at the same time, it should never be painful. So remember, if you feel any sharp or painful sensation, ease off the pressure or move the ball to another area. Now let's set the ball aside and pause. Noticing any subtle pulsing or warmth through the lower legs. These are all signs that circulation is responding. We're going to extend the legs out wide now to come into Catapillar. You might like to come into whatever width is good for your legs to feel sensation in the target area, the back of the legs, the hamstring area, and the spine. And remember that you're very welcome to bend the knees if you'd like. And when you're ready, you're going to slowly roll forward. Remember that it's not about how far you are able to go, but really just listening to your body and moving to the depth that allows you to feel sensation in the target area. In traditional Chinese medicine, resting the back body supports kidney energy. This is often associated with recovery and restoration. So let the upper body be heavy and allow gravity to do the work. And with your long, deep breaths invite the nervous system to shift further into rest as you slow down your mind and slow down your body. Roll up slowly to sit and take a moment now to pause and notice how the legs feel now compared to earlier. Perhaps a little warmer, softer, maybe a bit tender. Place the ball underneath the back of the thighs now, close to the sitting bones. We are working with the hamstrings. You might like to gently rock, moving the ball every few moments, or stay still with the compression technique by placing the opposite foot on top. Move the ball when you have felt sensation every few moments, remembering that we don't want to stay in the same place for too long. Bring the ball over towards the other side now. The hamstrings is the area that we often hold on to and grip when the nervous system is fatigued. So as you move the ball along this area, you should feel sensation on the back of your thighs, a pressure or some intensity rather than any sharpness or numbness. Remove the ball. Now we're going to move into our half caterpillar. Extend one leg out forward and bring the other one in a half diamond shape and start to fold forward. You might already feel sensation here, remembering that you don't have to go all the way down with your head towards the mat, or you might like the support of your bolster to create a soft space to land. The target area is the back of the extended leg. We're working here with the liver meridian and stimulating the fascia lines to support smooth circulation. When the flow in this channel is smooth, heaviness begins to ease a little bit. So allow your thigh to feel heavy on the mat. Using your hands, walk yourself back up and pause. Extend both feet and notice the difference between the legs. And when you're ready, find your half caterpillar on the other side. Take a moment to check in and see how this side feels. Perhaps a bit more tight or tender or heavy. After all, the body is not symmetrical, so witness what is arising without any judgment. And taking one deep breath here, in your own time, push yourself back up, lying down onto your mat now, allowing the legs to rest naturally. You might like to place a bolster underneath the knees to support your lower back. There's nothing else for you to do now except to be here and rest. In Chinese medicine, rest allows the spleen to support circulation and fluid movement. This helps reduce heaviness. So as you take in the fruits of your practice, notice any subtle sensations, any warmth, lightness, or stillness. Tired legs don't need more effort or pushing. They need time, support, and safety. When the nervous system settles and moves into the rest and digest state, circulation naturally happens, and this heavy sensation that we carry in this area of the body will soften on its own. So thank you for taking some time out of your day to share your practice with me, to nourish your feet that have taken you across life. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you very soon.